isn't proven. Let's go. He's a high flyer, baby. Let's go. Hey, let's go. What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy, one more time, Mr. Tony Mendoza, aka DozaDirection, Mr. Imperfection. And today we are talking about one of the greatest things in the world, and that is basketball. But before I get started, hey, yo, DV, what are we sipping on today, bro?
Well, Tony, this bourbon is an absolute slam dunk alley-oop, straight awesome, baby. This is a Buffalo Trace bourbon, the original weeded bourbon. And since there's 12 players on a basketball team, you're drinking tonight Weller 12. This bourbon is aged for 12 years, and it's 45% alcohol, 90 proof, and it's going to give you a great time. Back to you.
Well, man, I'm happy you finally took it a little easy on my liver by giving me all these really high proof bourbons. But before I take a sip, let's play the sponsorship. What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for listening to Potential Isn't Proven, the podcast. There's 3 ways you can definitely help this channel grow. And the first way is absolutely free. All you got to do is like and subscribe to my YouTube page and follow everything there is under DozaDirection. It's absolutely free and it helps us out a ton. So please go like and subscribe. The second way is joining my Patreon page. Under DozaDirection, you could be a part of for as little as $2 a month. Anything there is behind the scenes footage, being a part of polls to pick my next topic on the podcast, and all there is. So join the La Familia. And third and final way you can sponsor this incredible podcast is by joining this little section of the sponsor video. Have your business or your organization in this little spot. Just email me at dozadirection@gmail.com. Have a great day. Let's go, Tony. Back to you.
Now, this is what I'm talking about. The Tech Dome, baby.
Wow.
Thousands of seats. Crowded, yo. When they get in here, they tear the roof off, yo. See those seats down there, man? The ones in the front. That's where all the alumni sit with all the money, man.
Where? Right here?
Yeah, man. I even got my favorite seat right here. Wait, you can sit on mine. I'm gonna warm this one up. Feel that? Feel the difference?
Now introducing number 34 from Coney Island, Brooklyn, New York, Jesus Shuttlesworth!
Hello, son. This is for you.
Oh, Sunday.
I hope that Chick here has been a gracious host.
No, Chick has been great.
Good, because we really know how to treat our student athletes right. Isn't that right, Chick?
Yeah, oh yeah. Coach telling the truth, man.
I hope you don't think we're too forward or aggressive with the highlight film or the jersey.
No way.
That's the way we are here at Tech U. We show love.
Much love, much love.
Why beat around the bush? We've scouted you since you were in junior high school. We know all about you. We love you. You're a great kid. Not only a great ball player, a great student, but a beautiful human being. I said to myself, that's the kind of young man that will be the backbone of this great country, not just the Tech University basketball team.
Tell it.
You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Man, that right there. He's got game. Oh my goodness. What a great movie. You know, one thing, while March Madness is going down this week for the first time in 2022, it's Pick'em week. It is the start of March Madness, and there's only one way to do this right now. It's like this. He's a high flyer. He's a PTP'er. A Dunkarooski. Yes, yes, yes. it is March Madness. Oh my goodness. I love this time of year. And let me tell you guys why. Because when we're talking about March Madness, we're not only talking about a bunch of basketball being played. We're not just talking about a bunch of different colleges being played. We're also talking about, the entire atmosphere that comes with college basketball. All the hoops, all the vibes. And I'm telling you, when it comes down to March Madness, this is my favorite time of the year because I will go to the bars and I will just relax and watch basketball for hours on end. And I'll even switch up the bars just to get a different flavor because I love the camaraderie that all the college alumnus all enjoy. And living in Nashville, Tennessee, there is a bunch of colleges, bar colleges. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that there's a bunch of bars that have certain colleges that attend to watch the games. And you can imagine me this weekend, I am going to all those different bars to watch all those different teams. I like to be in the atmosphere. And I hope you guys like to be a part of the atmosphere. So I guess the first thing I got to say is, who you picking? Who are you picking to win the college championship? And of course, we're talking about the men basketball for NCAA, women's as well. I'm not as involved when it comes to women's basketball, even though women's basketball is tough as shit, boy. They don't play around. I've witnessed great basketball from the WNBA and also NCAA women's basketball. And my goodness, when I tell you that they actually play rough as hell, they play rough as hell. And I think there are certain WNBA players that can cook some of the NBA players. But anyway, we're getting off topic here. What are we talking about?
They're playing basketball.
To the beat, y'all.
All around the world.
Hey. Hey. Since this is my podcast, I can basically talk about whatever the hell I want. And I almost forgot. You guys are watching Potentials Improving the Podcast, being streamed and being watched on YouTube and various streaming platforms. We're talking about Apple Podcasts. We're talking Spotify. We're also talking about, Buzzsprout as well. Now, anyway, so who we picking? Who are you picking? Now, I got to say that this month is also the highest betting month out of the year. So if you look at Vegas right now, you know how you have the Super Bowl, you have all these different, you have the NBA playoffs. No, believe it or not, that this month of March is the highest betting month of the entire year because you got all the crazy alumni that are all betting for their team to make it in. And not only that, we also have the brackets and all the brackets. Your friends may have invited you into some brackets. I got invited in a couple as well. And believe it or not, call me crazy, I have a hunch on who's going to win this year. I do. But first of all, I want to know who you picked. Who did you pick to win this year in the NCAA Men's Basketball Tournament? And before I give my pick, I'm going to say my pick in a little bit. We're going to talk about another team that is in the tournament, and that is good old Duke. Oh my goodness. Did you guys see what happened in Coach's K last game? Oh, the disrespect. Oh my goodness. I cannot look. Now, I went to Texas A&M University, the best university in Texas, but what's terrible is if our tenured coach were to play against Texas, that school over there in Austin, well, if he was to play Texas and Texas beat Texas A&M in my coach's last game ever inside the stadium, when they had all the pageantry, when they had all the other, alumnus, all the other players that Coach K has ever coached with, and they lose? Not only do they lose, they were getting dominated all game by the University of Carolina. Oh my goodness. No. That is not
Awesome, baby.
That is definitely not
Awesome, baby.
Yo, Coach K, man, I feel for you, man. I feel bad. But you know what? Here's the thing. I remember the little segment that he had after the game. After the game, Coach K, who is the coach of Duke, he went in front of the entire stadium and said, look, this is unacceptable. Yes, we lost today's game, but the season isn't over. Well, I hate to tell you, Coach K, but it will be.
It's going to be a miracle, baby.
If you win. It is definitely going to be.
It's going to be a miracle, baby.
If you win the NCAA championship. I am not picking Duke. Not at all. And let me tell you why. Even though it's Coach's K last year, being a coach, I think ever. I don't think he's going to coach the Olympic teams anymore. But if it is Coach K's last final year coaching, he's not winning. He's not winning, and it's because you saw, I mean, if there's a team, now I get it, right? I didn't play basketball. I played tennis, so, basketball, I was never athletic enough nor skilled-wise with the ball to play basketball. But I'm going to tell you something right now. From watching a few games throughout this year of college basketball, I can tell you right now that if you're going to lose at home to your rival when it's your coach's last time coaching in that stadium and you lose by 12 or like 15 points, fam, you can forget about it. You're not winning the NCAA championship at all. And you're not only not winning the championship, I think you guys are getting out on round 3. So I guess, what is that, Sweet 16? Yeah, I think Duke is out Sweet 16. And if they go beyond the Sweet 16,
it's going to be a miracle, baby.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dick Vitale, for coming through, man. That's one thing I love about college basketball is Dick Vitale. The guy who has the very, very accented voice,
Awesome, baby.
It's gonna be awesome, baby. He's a PTPer, baby. Dunka Rooski. Oh, man. With that being said, Dick Vitale, I hope that you get better. I want you to beat the hell out of cancer. I want you to come back next year, coach, and I would love to hear that voice, that amazing voice. It's going to be awesome, baby. I got to hear it in the stands. I got to hear it in the commentary. I got to hear it. You can't go out like this, baby. You can do it. You can beat cancer, and I fucking hate cancer so damn much. But let's get back to talking about basketball. Who do I got winning this year in March Madness? Before I start, let's play it.
They're playing basketball.
To the beat, y'all. Hey. I got Arkansas. You heard it here first. I'm picking Arkansas to win the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. Boo. Oh, why did he pick that? Why did he pick Arkansas? Well, let me tell you why. Now, I get it. This podcast may not be for everyone. Not everyone loves sports. Not everyone cares about basketball. But shit, this is my podcast, baby. Potential is Improving is my podcast, and I can talk whatever the hell I want to talk about. And let me tell you about this. Arkansas has had some amazing victories this year. And not only have they had amazing victories, they've come back in a lot of victories. They are hella scrappy. They do not have the best shooting team, Arkansas. I get it. But I'll tell you one thing they do very well, and I've seen it in a couple of games already. They know how to get the rebounds. They know how to get all the rebounds. And they also they're not scared to drive into the lane and then kick it out. But more importantly, when they drive it into the lane, I guarantee you maybe 5 out of 10 times, 50% of the time, they're going to go up with the ball. And I love that tenacity. I love that kind of flavor when I see my basketball teams play. And I got Arkansas beating Duke. I know that sounds crazy, but I know it may happen. Hold on real quick. It might happen. And that's the thing I love about March Madness, but I also hate about March Madness. It's a guessing game. We don't know what's going to go. We don't know what's going to happen. There's always a Cinderella team. Who do you think this year's Cinderella team is? Oh, man. Some years, it's the craziest things that happen. And that's why I love about March Madness. March Madness, you do not know what's going to happen. You do not know when a team's going to win. And not only that, sometimes the best picked team is sometimes not favored after the second half. The second quarter, when that goes down, there are teams that just fold under pressure because they thought it was going to be a walkthrough. They thought it was going to be an easy win. And I'm going to tell you who my Cinderella is. My Cinderella is Chattanooga. Yes. Chattanooga. I think Chattanooga is going to get into the Sweet 16 and maybe even to the Elite 8. Why do I think that? I just looked into the schedule and I looked at the path that they got to take. They got some tough matches to play, but I think Chattanooga has a chance and no one's thinking about them. And that's the beauty about a Cinderella team. They always just come out of nowhere. Now, I want to know who your Cinderella team is. And not only that, I want to play a little game. I want to know, where is the best place to watch the games, the NCAA championship? Not only the championship, where is the best place to watch these games throughout all of March Madness? Let me play it one more time.
They're playing back.
Hey, where's your favorite place? All right, so there's 3 places you could watch NCAA March Madness. And I'm going to go to the pros and cons of all those different situations. Number 1, the first place that you could watch the NCAA tournament is at the game, at the location. I'm actually wearing a long sleeve polo from the Final Four when they went to San Antonio. And you can watch the games in the stadium. And when I tell you, watching games inside the stadium to watch NCAA highest level basketball for men's basketball, you got to talk about the atmosphere. That atmosphere is crazy. Not only that, just from watching it at home, you can hear the atmosphere from your TV screen. That is definitely a pro of watching the game inside a stadium. What's the second one? The second pro that has to do with watching the game in the stadium is you keep those memories. You keep those memories forever. When I checked out the Final Four in San Antonio, bro, when I tell you it was a memory, because my dad, I got to meet Dick Vitale. I got to see Kenny Smith. I got to see all these different events that are going around. And I loved that atmosphere. Now, also, we got to talk about another pro about going to the stadium to watch March Madness, whether it is the Elite 8, the Final Four, you name it, just to watch it. You also get to experience a new city. You get to experience a city that is going to be engulfed with a bunch of different teams from all over the nation, kind of, going to this one location for their school to win. And when I tell you that the pageantry is crazy, it is lit, it is amazing, you got to go to the stadium. Now, what are some of the cons about going to the big games? Well, we got to talk about the pricing. Baby boy, I am not paying $200 to see. I'm not going to pay $250. No, sir. Maybe it's because I'm broke. Maybe because I just don't got it like that. But I'm not going to pay $250 to stay in one location to watch the basketball game. I'm not doing it. Not only that, another con that has to do with going to the basketball game is that you don't hear any of the cool commentary. I love hearing the commentary from, the people, the analysts that are talking while the game's playing. I think it's fun. I think it adds to the game. And then also you can't beat, having the TV and the camera angles for all the dunks and everything like that. Sometimes you lose that by going to the game. I understand that the atmosphere makes up for it, but there will never be a whole vibe that has to do with, going to the game. Now, let's go on to the second one. What if you watch NCAA at the bars? Bro, when I tell you watching the NCAA tournament, March Madness at the bars is one of the most lit opportunities.
Awesome, baby.
It is totally awesome to watch the games at the bars. What are some of the pros? Well, the pro is you get to be around the pageantry. You get to be around a bunch of people that have all gone to different colleges and they're all going to see their team win. And what's even more amazing is that you can go to different bars around your city where they have the alumni just hanging out there, and you can be engulfed in that college atmosphere. And then after that game, you can go to another bar where you can be engulfed in that college atmosphere. Like I think Alabama's playing this year. I know Nashville, Tennessee is going to have some Alabama only bars. I'm definitely going to watch it there. I know Tennessee is, man, first of all, F Tennessee for beating Texas A&M in the SEC championship, but Tennessee, they're going to have Tennessee bars. I'm going to go watch it in a Tennessee bar. I want to be a part of the action. Those are a couple pros that I love about going to watch the March Madness at the bars. Now, what are some of the cons? Shit talking. And if you walk out of any of those bars, if your team lose and they don't shit talk to you,
It's going to be a miracle, baby.
yeah, it's going to be a miracle if you do not get out of those bars and they don't shit talk you. Shit, you could be in the bars and they'll shit talk about your team. Every play, every missed rebound, every missed shot. I don't want to hear it. Everyone's looking at you like, you just missed that shot. Bro, I'm watching the TV just like all of y'all. But I will say this. One thing that I really do not like about watching the games at the bars is that you never get the greatest seats, or you may have to stand, behind the bar to watch a certain TV. I'm not with it, and you don't get any commentary. So that goes on to number 3. Number 3, another great place to watch the games is at home. You can watch it at home, and a pro of that is that you can have a NCAA March Madness party. You can have whatever food you want at your crib. You can put it on all the speakers around you to be engulfed in the vibes. You can have multiple TVs up. You can have multiple TVs up just to watch the games. Those are so many pros of watching the game at home versus going to the bar versus going to the stadium, because you get to see it on your TV, on your big screen, and just enjoy the moment. But the thing is, you're probably not going to get the same atmosphere. That is definitely a con. You're not going to get the same atmosphere. You're going to get the atmosphere that you put into it by watching the games at home. And I don't know if that's the vibe. And also, you also have to deal with commercials at home. You got to deal with commercials also at the bar. But the thing is, they probably got multiple TVs, and I hate commercials. Now, before we get out of here, I got to do one more thing. Let me play this again.
They're playing basketball.
All around the
We
world.
love that basketball.
All right. I'm going to get you guys in the mood for March Madness. What are your top five favorite basketball movies of all time? I'm going to give you my list of my top five basketball movies of all time. And we got to start with number 1. No, I take it back. We're going to start with number 5, because I don't want to give you guys the best part of it. I want to lead up to it. So we're going to talk about my top 5 favorite basketball movies. Starting with number 5, Space Jam. Oh yeah, that's my jam. It's Space Jam. If I had more buttons right here, I'd play something from Space Jam. But why did I love Space Jam so much? Well, obviously, I'm a 90s baby. I grew up with Space Jams. I love Space Jam. Not only because Bugs Bunny is my favorite Looney Tune. You got Michael, MJ, just, as I was growing up, I didn't get to see MJ do his thing. I was still growing up when Michael was going through his last dance stage. So watching Space Jam really made me understand how great Michael Jordan was in the entire league. And I love Space Jam. So that's number 5. It's a classic. Number 4 is Blue Chips. Oh, I love Blue Chips. And really what sells Blue Chips to me, other than the coach, is Shaq and Penny Hardaway. Oh my goodness. That movie, if you guys watch that movie, just realize one thing real quick. The Shaq that we know today from TNT, and this goes out for a couple of y'all that are younger that are watching this right now or listening to this on all the streaming platforms. Yo, Shaq had handles, boy. Shaq actually came from San Antonio, Texas. Not originally, but he played high school ball in San Antonio, Texas. Yo, Blue Chips is a fire movie. Y'all got to watch it. Now, let's go on to number 3. Number 3 is Above the Rim. Y'all know that Tupac movie. I love that movie. And Tupac sells that movie so much. Tupac just comes out like a badass. So what I realized is that that guy was young when he played that role. Tupac was such a great actor. And there's another actor that plays in Remember the Titans. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. He did an amazing as well as a bad character as well. As an antagonist, I should say. All right, number 2. Coach Carter. I love the movie Coach Carter. And the reason why is just, it's talking about basketball from a high school perspective. You get to see one of the Richmond, Virginia, which is not a very well-off city, really grow into something. Richmond. I love Coach Carter. Samuel L. Jackson kills that role. And there's a lot of great speeches, a lot of great moments where you can learn. And what is my number 1 top 5 basketball movies of all time? My number 1 pick is He Got Game. Mr. Ray Allen, Jesus Shuttlesworth. And then, of course, you got to talk about Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington sold that role, did such an amazing job at that role. And that is my number 1 pick for the top 5 favorite basketball movies, in my opinion, of all time. Now, I cannot forget about a couple of honorable mentions with number 1 is White Man Can't Jump and Like Mike.
They're playing basketball.
You gotta like Mike if you're young. If you're from the 90s, you may hate Bow Wow, but the thing is that Like Mike was a great movie too, but those are honorable mentions. And before we get out of here, I want to say a couple things. So do you guys think that the best basketball movies have to incorporate a basketball pro athlete? I think they do. If you're going to have an amazing basketball movie, you got to have a pro athlete in that movie, starring in that movie, or even just making a cameo in that movie. I just think it makes that movie just so much more inviting to the audience. I think having a pro athlete in any basketball movie is one of the best things you can do. But hey, baby, my time's almost up. Look, it's March Madness. I want you guys to have fun. I want you guys to bet smartly. Do not lose a lot of money betting on these teams because there's no way of us knowing. I got Arkansas. That's who I got. I want to know who you got winning the March Madness, the men's NCAA championship. And like I said, like and subscribe and check out all the YouTube videos that I'm doing on DozaDirection and listening to me on this amazing platform on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. This is Potential is Improving. Love you guys, and I will see y'all next week. Let's get it.
They're playing basketball.
Hey, to the beat, y'all.
All around the world.
I'm out of here. See y'all next time. Cheers.